Okay. So up nekobun here, super late, state of the bun for October. I have been bad, but I've been good. I've been doing stuff offline, so we'll get to that. Yeah. Main issue. Yeah. The main reason I have not been very timely with this is because work, like the day job that I keep saying is going to slow down, hasn't slowed down. Thank you, climate change, for making it 70 degrees every goddamn weekend and most of the first half of October. Yeah, that's not great. For a place that has outdoor seating, we've been busy still. It just doesn't end. And even though we've been cutting back on scheduling like it's a normal October, that's not my responsibility. It's only my responsibility to be annoyed by it. So, yeah, well, that's been a pain in the ass. But we have gotten back up to 3 streams a week. I think, yeah, this is technically 4, but 3 game streams a week the past few weeks. So we're getting there. Things are happening. Things are getting done. And played Star Trek Online. Like, whoa, whoa, he's still in there. Our armada apparently got disbanded, or half of them left for other, half the fleets left for other armadas, but there's still a couple of us hanging in there. So that's cool. I still get some sort of discount on stuff. It's all good. I've been playing around the recent episodes and whatnot, but haven't really gotten back into the swing of do some main game, do some story with the Andor. But we'll get there. We'll get there. The new Miracle Worker ships look hideous. That's all I gotta say about that. Okay. And also after this weekend, I did look at the weather. Next weekend, it's not supposed to warm back up to the 70s. It's supposed to stay in the 60s. So we're probably gonna close the porch totally in the next week or so and be done with that at work. So that means I get to do more here because we'll be able to be kicking me out earlier. I've been taking the earliest out I can most nights, and it's only helping so much time wise. So yeah, well, again, improvements. We're getting there. It's just not getting there when I thought we would get there. Vegas. I did finally pick up Sony Vegas, and it's glorious. I replaced all the old editing software. I don't know why I didn't do this years ago. I guess it's Magic's Vegas now, but I have the consumer ones, which is a little lighter, but I don't need a bajillion tracks and effects for what I'm doing. But yeah, it's just like cut, trim, cut, trim. It's going a lot faster. If you haven't checked out the YouTube lately, youtube.com/nekobun, first episode of Breath of the Wild is up. Condensed, no stutter. My phone is buzzing. I don't know if you heard that, but yeah, I am so happy. There's no audio drift. There's everything is good and it's easy and it's good and there's bins for footage and everything is good. I just need to find more time to spend with it. Actually, the next 2 or 3 weeks probably still gonna be a little sparse, even if I do have more time off from work, because I need to get through all this archival footage. Pretty much any playthroughs from here on out are going to be cut down into what I used to call the bundensed playthroughs, like I did with No Man's Sky. Basically, it should be like kind of highlight and plot blocks so you can follow along. But if you're watching, you're not going to get. Well, I mean, you're going to get spoiled on some stuff, but you're not going to get spoiled for every little bit, and you don't have to watch all the grinding and fluff and just going from place to place. So I'm looking at you, Wind Waker. Why did I do that? Why did I do that to you guys for all of these years? I mean, some of my screw-ups are funny, but when you're watching me futz with a puzzle in, like, Goethe for 40 minutes straight, it stops being fun after a while, I imagine. So I'll be trimming all that out, and some stuff's going to be online or offline only from now on. Like, I know the Mega Bloks build kind of drag, but now I have 3 cameras. There's no reason for me not to, like, set up one here and one here, like get the top down and get a side view of my hands and a face cam, and then intercut the 3 into something that's a little more interesting to watch. And like I could do picture in picture, like have multi views of what the heck I'm doing, and not be as worried that I'm off camera with part of the build that might actually be important. Time lapse the stuff that's tedious, and cut them down to about 20 minutes each. So by builds, I mean Mega Bloks. I've been getting into Lego Dimensions. Of course, like the week after I finally buy some kits. I don't have the starter set yet, but like 1 or 2 weeks, got some at least the fun packs, the twofers. There has been presumption that the game has pretty much got down like every other Toys to Life game, because I know Skylanders got shelved. Um, that had already happened before I started collecting. I'm collecting the supercharger set. That's it, because racing. But apparently there are foot races and vehicle races in Lego Dimension, so it's like, well, there we go. So that's happening, but yeah, rest in peace. You're neat. I still need to get the starter set, but once we get in there, I'll probably do a staggered batch of stuff from that. So yeah, like I said, STO coming back. There'll be some streaming I do that's not going to be announced on Twitter or Facebook. It's not like Patreon only or anything. It's mostly me recording for other stuff. But if you want to like come in and get a sneak preview of stuff that's going to come down the line, like footage for what is that thing I do with the podcast, Arcade Meekly. Yeah, I've been doing a few of those, just streamed kind of quietly. I don't pay attention to chat during those because it's probably recorded offline, or it has been up to this point. So having chat interaction, like me talking to somebody in the middle of the game, not quite fitting the formula. I gotta, we have to maintain standards and practices. So still, you get to watch me play odd arcade games and whatnot. So that's the thing. I did make a list of my backlog on Keymailer, and I'm probably going to go back to that quick hits format that we did back when I first got it and just got like a bunch of keys all at once, where I do like 4 or 5 first impressions, like 30 minute, 30 minute, 30 minute, 30 minute, 30 minute, and then go back to the ones that I want to finish is the plan there, and that's like 5 weeks worth of shows on its own. I need to make layouts and whatnot, but having that all just ready to go ahead of time and set up will be delightful. We'll get through that and then have some more stuff to finish. I will also be making a list of the things we started that I said I would play all the way through, and we're going to play all the way through them. Like I know Flat Kingdom, we have to do the end game stuff. Memento Temporis, I never got back to. Four Kingdoms or whatever it was, never got back to. Or the Four Realms, whatever. The kind of pixely animal RPG thing that had the bug in the tutorial that they fixed after I told them about it. Thanks, guys. Yeah, we'll get back to that and get to a bunch of new stuff too. And some other stuff so I've gotten keys for off of Keymailer. I just got offered one by. It's going to be an interesting night on the 27th. I'll just put it that way, or around the 27th, Halloween times. It is a horror game. If you've been with me long enough, it's definitely one of my sweariest videos. Same developer, but it seems like they've come a long way. So, or at least a moderate way. We'll see what happens. But I mean, I don't want to say more than that right now. I love that the guys, or yeah, I love that the person behind it is still plugging away at it. I think it's a guy, but let's not assume things. And Mario Odyssey, I am picking that up this week. I don't know if I'm gonna do like if there's probably gonna be a midnight or 9 p.m. pickup at GameStop, so I might do a midnight thing. I might just find what time I have after that weekend to get started in it. I don't know, no promises, but that will happen. It's the I've said it at the top of several streams now, but it's the first 3D Mario game, or really Mario, besides Mario Maker, first Mario game that I've picked up since Mario 64 DS technically, but before that Mario 64. Yeah, and then I think the week after that is Dot Hack GU Recode. I do want to get. I have said this a bajillion times, but I'd like to start doing some charity marathon, like 24-hour jobs. I mean, I signed up for Extra Life last year, didn't get around to it because holidays got weird. This year, we have. I want to play. I have all 3 episodes of The Journey Down, which I think is the full game. I think they stopped it at 3, final one. So I want to play through all those for y'all. I don't know if we'll get through the whole thing in 24 hours, but most of it. It's a point-and-click adventure. I really love the art style. If you were here way back in the day, there was. I played the first episode. And also, again, dot hack / g u last recode for the PlayStation 4 is the all 3 games and a little bit of an extra episode of content for Like I said, PS4 already. Yeah, it's a great RPG. I love the Dot Hack franchise, and that's another one where we could just try and push as far as we can in 24. For some sort of benefit. I don't know what yet, but again, Extra Life will be at least one of those. I don't know if it'll be on Extra Life Day, but I'll try to get it close to that. I think it's usually a Saturday, and I kind of work Saturdays, and I kind of need. So there's otherwise other plans are up in the air. I am working on the project, as it were. The whole deal with that is we do the whole drinking and driving thing every week, which is staying. That will stay online. Trust me. Um, so I got a lot of racing games. I got a lot of more racing games I want to get, and I figured why not just look into the history of these things and kind of generate like a family tree timeline sort of series. Um, I might have mentioned this on but I've reached the point where I think I have most, if not all, the stuff I want to do for at least the general outline series, like from Astro Race in the arcades. I think that's what it's called. There's Astro Race and Space Race, were like the first two really competitive racers. Anyway, yeah, like from there to when kart racers became a thing in Mode 7 with the SNES, to the kind of it kind of goes up and down between whether gimmicky like sci-fi stuff or kart racers are dominant throughout the 90s and early aughts, and then there's kind of a resurgence of kart racers with the PS3 and PS4, mostly PS3, and obviously the Xbox 360. Like that era, it kind of bounced back, which was odd. And now PC, like Vehicular Combat Racing, Vehicular Combat Arena, have their own things. Like they're all going to get their own sub series, but I want to like do a general thing of arcade racers and what spawned from that, and then like we'll do the kart series first because that's the one I'm best versed in and have the most games of, and then we'll do vehicular arenas like Twisted Metal, Star Wars Demolition. Yeah, throw out the most obscure secondary name you think of. Destruction Derby, stuff like that, and then we'll do one on like sci-fi stuff like Wipeout, obviously. Extreme G Jet Moto kind of fits that one, and eventually we're gonna go back to like the roots and arcade versus self, arcade competitive, first person driving with guns. I'm kind of where that's gone. A lot of little side episodes and whatnot, but it's gonna be one big Uber series. I don't have a name for it yet, but we have the material. I need to record a bunch of B-reel talk about. So yeah, that's gonna be a project starting this winter. I'd like to get the first episode up before the end of the year, or maybe like on New Year's. Be like, all right, we're in there. Um, Other offline projects, like I want to do that cooking thing. I want to do several cooking things. Kitchen access is dicey around here, just because it smells funny down there most of the time, and half of that time there's a lot on the oven or stovetop. I'm just saying, but we're getting there. I don't know. It is a period of progress, and at least now I have more time to think about this nonsense. So I apologize for all. I don't think I've set any hard dates on projects and promises before now, but I'm sorry that I keep saying, hey, we're working on this, we're working on this, we're working on this. I mean, right now I'm like one of the side things I'm working on, like during downtime with work, is working on the layout ideas for certain shows like Dre that I had 2 years ago and never got around to completely finishing. We stuck with the placeholder modular stuff for a year and a half. I mean, granted, my computer did crash and there were other nightmares, but getting there. It's a lot of getting there, and I feel like we're getting back there. So nothing else right now. The next big push for the stream is affiliate, Patreon. I have no patrons again, probably because the last one we had was paying for online content, and then I suddenly got bored and too busy to do much of that. Oops, sorry, per biscuit, but thank you for your patronage to this point. So yeah, I got to rework that, like I've been saying for 7 videos now, well, 7 months now. It's a lot, but I'm trying to chop it up into more digestible chunks, and it's kind of working. It's kind of working. But the world still sucks writ large, but I don't know. It's getting a little easier to find the brighter points, I guess. I don't know how to put it. Could be worse. And things are organized now. I have like a 300. Well, it's not 300 deep. It might be 100. It's probably about probably 170 deep wish list on Amazon for games I want. Actually, probably about 200 if you count. Yeah, for the racing project, because there's a lot of like. Eventually, I want to go back and do like the whole Need for Speed franchise. That's 24 games. Um, all the Ridge Racers. That's another like dozen games plus 7 or 8 arcade games. It gets big. It's what happens, but you don't go big without dreaming big, and that's that. So anyway, that's the state of the bun. It's a little shorter than normal. I'm probably still going to do this as a straight Twitch export, so apologies if there's no little I forget how the music goes at this point on the end of it. That means I just pumped it straight from Twitch. There might be a few extra ums and ahs, but I think we stayed on point pretty well. This I will catch you in the future. Keep tabs on facebook.com/nekobun and twitter.com/nek0 bun for posts when I go live, when videos actually get posted on YouTube. I had a good thing going for a little bit where I was getting a highlight up every day, but I haven't had time to cut more highlights. So that's part of what, as soon as I get offline here, I'm going to work on that. With the old stuff I'm cutting up, there will be more Breath of the Wild episodes. I am cutting them up by like just section of game, like something thematically. You know, like what I did from here to here. Like the first episode's all Great Plateau highlights and whatnot, and then each one will be a different section of the map, or story point to story point. We'll see how it works out, because again, it's kind of matching for time as well. But that was only like 40 minutes, and that was like the first 3.5 hours worth I cut down. So we're gonna keep the episodes under an hour, preferably under 45 minutes, because I mean, who wants to hang out for that long? Might be 20 minutes from here on out, because, well, not 20 minutes, because a lot of the plot points are kind of long. Anyway, getting work done, getting stuff up, getting stuff posted. On Facebook, I don't always post the highlights. On Twitter, I do when they go live. Facebook and Patreon, I post when full episodes go live. Well, actually, with Patreon, I just post when playlists start and end. Or if I do like a very special episode of, like this, will get a Patreon post. And yeah, that's at patreon.com/nekobun. The YouTube is youtube.com/nekobun. We mentioned that earlier. Yeah, I think the brain fart. Yeah, the Twitter, and I believe I have an Instagram too, but that's mostly dead plants and rocks, sometimes water. Uh, Although if you're into that, that's what I do. I take pictures of her and my cat, and you can check that out at instagram.com/nek0bun. And that's that. Okay, cool. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat something. There should be more streams. I'm recording this on Friday, by Monday at the latest. I have probably Monday, because I'm taking off from work. Car stuff. Cool. If anybody has an SNES Classic they just want to ship to me, that'd be awesome. If not, I'll try and grab one. I mostly just want Star Fox 2 and F-Zero, but mostly Star Fox 2. Cool. I'll catch you times. Bye-bye. I've said that like 8 times now.